All right, we're here for the start of the playoffs. Let's see who we are going up against. It looks like it might be the Kraken, the Seattle Kraken potentially, and it is a foe that we know. Many years we have come up against this team. Looks like they had a pretty better year than us. They're going to the playoffs hot, just like us. Let's check out the Kraken's lines. We shall see. Kraken, Seattle. Caswell, Ruutu. Looks like they signed Ruutu in the offseason. Yeah. Forsberg, Berniers, Silverstreet, James, Carpenter, Dubois, Saarinen, Nicola, Nicola, Barbashev, Bogvist. Defensively, Okay, come on. Alright, we should beat this fucking team. This is pathetic. How'd they put up 51s and they have Kochekov? Come on, we should beat this team. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. Here we go. Game 1 in Seattle. Who will take game 1? This is a different spot than Quebec. Normally, usually they have home ice advantage, but not this year. It's going to be a lot different. We got the boys. They're ready to go. First period. 1-1. Ruutu, their offseason signing on the power play, and then Ahmad Jeffrey on the power play. Shots are exactly equal. Second period, 2-1. Giving us the 2-1. We're out them by 5 now. Can we hold on? Third period, here we go. The grizzled vets. They've been here before versus Seattle. Will Seattle get revenge? Or will Quebec take game 1? Power play Quebec. Goes nowhere. We've reached the halfway point, and Pierre-Luc Dubois ties the game with 8 minutes remaining. Tough one to give up. The next goal could be a killer. Who has it? Who has the goal? And we are going to overtime. Game 1 in Climate Pledge Arena. All right, Nordique fans, here we are. Game 1 at Climate Pledge Arena. Bedard on the dot. Wins it back to Sergachev, and Sergachev to Gonchar. Gonchar to Bedard. Over to Kilma, but intercepted by Forsberg. Forsberg to Ruutu, gets poke checked by Bedard, but Forsberg picks it back up and turns it over to Kilma. Bedard into the zone, tries to make a little side-to-side deke, but goes nowhere. Morrow finds Forsberg for the outlet, and it looks like it's a delayed penalty on your Nordiques. Morrow has the puck. He finds Ruutu. Ruutu at space. He gets stopped at the blue line, but Caswell picks up, has Berniers in the slot. Save made, Tyrone. Beautiful save. Forsberg is now tied up on the boards. Bedard picks it up. And this will start Seattle's power play. Valeri Gonchar with the slashing penalty. 2-minute minor. All right, here we are on the dot. Carpenter wins it back to Goligoski, and Goligoski up to Fabro. The deadline acquisition. Can he make a difference in this game? He makes a toe drag to get around the defender. Cuts back, finds Hogan. Hogan tries to saucer it to Carpenter, but it goes nowhere. Silverstreet picks up and finds James. James up to Forsberg. Forsberg has some space. Poke checked by Fabro. Fabro outlets Hogan. Hogan should have just dumped the puck there to kill the penalty, but he doesn't. And Castle has space. Shot, save, Tyrone, eye blocker. Forsberg picks up the loose puck, fighting with Fabro, and Fabro wins that battle. Up to Goligoski. Just get to the red line, dump it. Beautiful hockey. And it goes out of play, sadly. Misa on the dot. Misa wins it back to Ferkner. Ferkner has space, but gets hit and turns the puck over. And Brant Clark tries to get a pass, but dumps it down the ice. Surprised it wasn't icing. Sergachev picks up the puck behind his own net, and he's outletting. Misa has some space. Can he find Berkner? A shot! Hans Berkner wins game 1 in overtime for your Quebec Nordiques on the penalty kill. Good morning, good evening, and good night, Quebec, thanks to Hans Berkner. What a goal by Hans Ferkner to win in overtime in Seattle to give your Quebec Nordiques a 1-0 series lead. Game 2, I think the Kraken are going to come out hard after blowing a 2-1 lead. Or do we have the lead? I don't even know. But But losing an OT is tough. That takes a lot out of you. It really does, especially it being on the penalty kill. But here we go. First period, game 2. Will Seattle tie up the series? Will Quebec take a 2-0 series lead? First period, 3-2 Quebec. Bernier's pots 2, but it's no match for Misa, Jeffrey, or Saprikin. Saprikin getting his first ever playoff goal. Nice to see the playmaker doing his thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Looks like the first line, not even, second line and third line coming up big in the first period. Shots are, we're out shooting by 4, but it's not much. High scoring first period. Let's check out the second. Here we go. Oh boy. Carpenter and Delmore. The third line and fourth line showing up now. Beautiful. Beautiful production from everywhere. Love to see it. A 5-2 lead going into the third period. Can the Nordiques hold on to take a 2-0 series lead? Here we go. And Saprikin gets his second ever career playoff goal. The rookies showing up. Timely goals by our rookies. Matty Beniers finishes off the hat trick, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. And then Valeri Gonchar, the guy who doesn't score, scores on the power play. You love to see it. 7-3 lead right now. And it looks like that's going to be just about it. Your Quebec Nordiques take a 2-0 series lead. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. We are heading back to Quebec with a 2-0 series lead versus the Kraken. I don't even have to say it. You have a lead. Let's not blow it, guys. All right? Let's not blow it. First period, here we go. In the Pepsi Center. Oh, yeah. I like it. We're getting production from our defenseman now. Kopstels, Goligoski, and then the hero last year, Kielholm, is showing up. Pierre-Luc Dubois also scores, but we don't really care about that. Your Nordiques have a 3-1 lead heading into the second period, outshooting them by 1. Here we go, second period. Jesus Christ. This team is scoring. 6-2 now. Identical to the first period. We score 3, they score 1. Looks like Steve Lee, Brian Carpenter, and then Hans Ferkner again. And then Ivan Barbashev, but they're down 4. I think we can keep a 4-goal lead. As I say that, Barbashev scores. Oh my God, in Forsberg. Can we hold the fucking door? No, power play. Oh, you hold the door! Hold the fucking door! You had a 6-2 lead! What are you idiots doing? Oh my God, I can't. 7 minutes remaining. There we go. Vorobyov scoring the 7th goal for us. Is that going to be the dagger? And then Ahmad Jeffrey scores. Oh God, scores our 8th. I cannot believe I just did that. They almost tied the game. They were down what? They were down 1? They were down 1. 17 minutes left in the third, down 1. And the boys battled back. No adversity is too much for them. Nonetheless, we have a 3-0 series lead after a barn burner. And we are going for the sweep. Can Seattle force a game 5, or will this end in Quebec? Here we go. First period. Oh yeah, baby. Bedard on the power play, Jeffrey on the power play, and then Hans Ferkner. Timely goals by Hans, the OFD, showing up large in these playoffs after getting a taste of it last year. And then Caswell scores for Seattle, outshooting them by 5. Second period. Oh boy. Come on, Tyrone. We got to keep it in there. Bedard scores, Hogan scores, but then Seattle scores 3 of their own from Barbashev, Ruutu, and Sarainen. Just hold the door. Hold the door and you're heading to the second round. Come on, Nordiques. 20 minutes to advance. Let's go. We do not want a game 5 here. Come on. We don't want to go back to Seattle. We've reached the halfway point. Shots are just about equal. Power play Seattle goes nowhere. 7 minutes remaining. Can Quebec hold on? Please. For the love of God, hold the door. And Connor Bedard finishes off the night with a hat trick and the dagger versus Seattle. And your Quebec Nordiques are going to the second round. No first round exit this year after the Stanley Cup Finals. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see how the production's going in the playoffs. Let's see. Player stats. Beautiful sleep. Hans Ferkner leading us in points. Kielholm, 8. Sergachev, 8. Gonchar, 6. Jeffrey, 5. Bedard, 5. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players point per game, and 2 of them are defensemen. 2 of them are defensemen. That's beautiful. Let's see how Tyrone's doing in net. Oh god, he's playing like shit. Holy cow. 870 Sabertooth. He's on his Martin Jones fucking arc right now. Jesus, you're lucky we're scoring like 8 a game. Let's see how the scoring was. Entire league. Goals for. Seattle averaged 6. Oh, that's goals against. Sorry. Quebec leading with 6 goals. And then goals against. We are top 10-ish. Not even. One of the bottom ones. But it's okay. It is okay. Look, we won. We swept. That's all that matters, right? So we're either playing Vegas, Arizona, and who was the other one? Why won't let me go to... Or, the other series is tied between the Wild or Preds. So we'll just advance up. See who we're playing. Arizona advanced. Calgary forced to Game 7. Minnesota advanced. And it looks like we're playing the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's check out their lines. View lines. VGK. They still have Matthews and Eichel. Yeah. Murata, Matthews, Yamamoto, Capo, Kako, Eichel, Rosen, Gibbons, Pitton, Betts, Medvinov, Anderson, Dolan, and Sawyer. This bottom 6 is atrocious. Defensively, Evans, Foote, Bowden, Koppinen? I'm going to go Koppinen. Cormier and Robertson. And then in net, they have Jameson, Couturier. Okay. He's not playing too well either. But nonetheless, here we go. Game 1 at Vegas. Again, starting off on the road. Here we go. Game 1 in T-Mobile Arena. Who will take the 1-0 series lead? First period, 1-0. Connor Bedard showing his face once again. Love to see. Out-shooting them by 4. Second period, 2-2. Matthews potting 2 of his own, and so does Kielhoma. We have a tied game going into the third period. 20 minutes remaining. Which team wants the 1-0 series lead? Will it be Vegas? Will it be Quebec? And Medvinov scores on Hopkins. Power play, Quebec goes nowhere. Oh boy. 10 minutes remaining. Does Quebec have another goal left in them? Is there a goal? Come on, please. And there it is. Don Hogan, the 4th line. Timely goals, which you love to see. And your Nordiques are going to overtime once again after a late-time heroic goal by the 4th line. Beautiful hockey, beautiful. We'll see you at T-Mobile Arena. Game 1 here in Vegas, the T-Mobile Arena. Bedard versus Matthews. On the dot, and Matthews wins that one. Back to Evans. Evans passes the blue line, dumps it in. Sergachev goes to pick up the puck behind his net. Passes it out to Kielhoma, and Kielhoma skates up, dead up the middle. He's got some space and gets hit at the blue line, turns over. Foote picks up the loose puck. Dancing around his own zone. Out to Yamamoto. Yamamoto gets killed. Bedard. Goncho on the backhand. What a save. Wow. Kielhoma in the slot. To Bedard. Blocked. Bedard back in the slot. He almost got it, but Yamamoto picks up the puck and outlets Matthews. Matthews has options. He tries to cut in, but leveled by Sergachev. Matthews back on the puck. Yamamoto in the slot. Turned over. Gonchar to Bedard. Bedard passed the blue line to Kielhoma. Kielhoma turns it over to Foote. Foote up to Matthews. Matthews, Kako. Kako stops. Turns it over to Misa. Gonchar. Lee. To Evans to Matthews. He dumps the puck in. Sergachev retrieves it. We got the second line out there. We got to change the defensive pairings. Lee picks it up. Turns it over to Rosen. Rosen has Kako to... Oh, no. The line change ruins us again. And they have a 3-on-0 practically and bury it. Oh, game 1 goes to the Knights. I was like, okay, we can go for a defensive line change, but clearly not. You guys had to turn over your own fucking blue line, and it ends up being a 3-on-0. Pathetic. All right, back in Vegas for game 2. Will Vegas take a 2-0 series lead, or will Quebec tie it up? Here we go. First period, 3-0. Carpenter, Valimaki, and Jeffrey. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love to see it. Outshooting them by 3, but also outshooting them by 3 in the goal margin. Second period, 3-1. All right, it's a bit interesting. Capo Caco, he scores 1 to make this game a whole lot more interesting going into the third period. What will it be? Vegas gets an early power play, and Pitton scores on Hopkins. This game just got a lot more interesting. Power play Quebec. A long one. Goes nowhere. Halfway point has officially been reached in this game. The next goal is pivotal. Who will it be from? Vegas. Quebec. Come on, boys. Hold the door. Hold the door. You can do it. Come on. A minute left. And your Quebec Nordiques tie up the series 1-1. Love to see it. Love to see it. Beautiful. We're going back to Quebec with a tied series. I'll take it. I will take it. Beautiful stuff. Here we are for game 3. Will Quebec take a 2-1 series lead, or will Vegas bounce back from their loss last game? Here we go. First period, 2-2. Matthews, Kako, Bedard, and Delmore. All right, this goal scoring. We're out shooting them by 7, but it's a tied game going into the second. What will it be? Second period. Yikes. Oh, I thought that was Vegas. Oh, we're up 4-2. Beautiful. Copsels and Jeffrey, both pot 2, and your Quebec Nordiques have a 4-2 lead going into the third period. Can they hold on to the 2-goal lead? We've seen Vegas make it interesting, making 1-goal games each times. Will it happen in this game? Power play Quebec. Goes nowhere. We've reached the halfway point, and Mikhail Sergachev scores the 5th goal. That looks like it could be the dagger. Power play for Vegas. Nothing. Hold the door. You got a 3-goal lead here, boys. Come on. You could do it. 1 minute remaining, and your Quebec Nordiques have a 2-1 series lead. Beautiful stuff. That's the Nordiques I know. Love to see it. Love to see it. Back here for game 4 in the Pepsi Center. Looks like my dog's making an appearance right now. Hello, Crow. You know I'm trying to record a video. What are you popping your head in here for? Either way, game 4 in the Pepsi Center. Will Quebec take a 3-1 series lead, or will Vegas tie it up 2-2? Back to Vegas. First period, no goals. Shots just about equal. We're outshooting by 1, though. Second period, 2 goals for your Nordiques. Connor Bedard, the golden boy, showing why he's the man. Okay, my dog's trying to give me a kiss. Anyway, we're getting outshot by 1, but we have another 2-goal lead hand in the third period. Will Quebec hold on? We will find out here. And Steve Lee scores the 3rd. Is that the dagger? Power play Quebec. Goes nowhere. We've reached the halfway point, and Michael Misa scores the 4th goal, and it looks like that should be it here. Oh, wow. Delmore adding it on. Salt in the wound. Terrible for Vegas. Delmore again. Oh, boy. What a late game couple of goals we had there. Dominating performance on both ends, defensively and offensively. But the good news is, we head back to Vegas with a 3-1 series lead. T-Mobile Arena is going to be rocking. You know they do not want to lose this game. Early power play for Vegas. We don't care. First period, here we go. 2-1. Looks like they got a power play goal by Pitton and another goal by Sawyer and Delmore, continuing his playoff push on the goal scoring sheet. Vegas out shooting us by 1, up 2-1, heading to second period. Here we go. Second period, tied up. Copsels showing his face once again, tying the game up at 2. 20 minutes left. Vegas could either force a game 5. Oh, no. Game 6. Or Quebec will advance to the Western Conference Finals. Here we go. Who has the next goal? The next goal could be a dagger. Is it Vegas? Is it Quebec? Is it Matthews? Is it Bedard? Is it Eichel? Is it Kielhoma? And it's Ahmad Jeffrey once again showing his face. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Is that the game-winning goal? Hold on, Quebec. You can do it. Come on. 2 minutes. 1 minute. And your Quebec Nordiques are heading back to the Western Conference Finals. Beautiful. Taking down the Vegas Golden Knights in 5 games. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Looks like Minnesota has swept their series, and we know who we're playing. We know who we are playing. The Minnesota Wild. Let's check out I want to check out the stats-wise, how we did that series. Team stats. Entire league. Goals for. Quebec, top of the league still. Goals against. Wow. They're playing really good defense. But so are we, but they're playing really good defense. They have a terrible power play. We have the third best power play. Penalty kill-wise, they are just above us by a couple percentage points. 7. So they have pretty good power play. Let's check out the... Oh, I forgot to go to points in our teams. Completely forgot that. After this, we'll check out Minnesota's lines. Looks like Jeffrey over point per game, Ferkner over point per game, Sergachev, Valeri, Kielhoma, Bedard point per game, Kopsels. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people over point per game. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Let's check out Minnesota's lines now. My dog's making a mess over there, but we're going to ignore him. Maybe he's our good luck charm. Who knows? View lines. And the Minnesota Wild. Where are you, Minnesota? There you are. Meyer, Newhook, Buchnevich, Olet, Natchez, Stapleton, Formenton, Waugh, Bean, Reinhardt, Sasaki, and Jaffray. Weird. Defensively, Gerard, Genosu, Nokalainen, Ball, Kuka, Bouchard. And then in net, they have Wallstead. Good goalie. Looks like Wallstead's carrying them right now. It really does. That core is not good at all. But they're here just like we are. And we're not going to overlook our opponent. Game 1, we now have home ice advantage. In the Pepsi Center. Back where we belong. Here we go. First period. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's the team I know. 23 shots to 4. Absolutely dominating them. Gonchar, Bedard, and Delmar pots too. We have 3 power play goals in that 1 period. Beautiful stuff. A 4-0 lead. Heading into their 2nd period. Alright, made it interesting. Newhook, Joensuu, Krombin all scored, but then Vorobyov and Lee score. We have a 6-3 lead. 3-goal lead heading into the 3rd period. Just hold the door, boys. Come on. Power play for Minnesota early goes absolutely nowhere. Hold the door, boys. Come on. You got a 3-goal lead. Halfway point has officially been reached in this game. And there it is. Don Hogan, the 4th line, showing up large again, giving us a 4-goal lead. And it looks like it is going to be just enough. Your Quebec Nordiques will have a 1-0 series lead. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the team I know. 4 early. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Game 2. Back at the Pepsi Center. Is Minnesota going to show that stout defense? They were averaging 2 goals against. Where's it at? Maybe. Period. And there it is. 0-0 of Game 2. Shots are just about equal. Minnesota's outshooting us by 2. But, again, 0-0 heading into their 2nd period. Here we go. There it is. Quebec. Pots 3. Jeffrey, Delmore, Vorobyov. And then Minnesota scores 2 from Meyer and Newhook. Got a 3-2 lead heading into the 3rd period. Can Quebec hold on? We will find out. Early power play for Quebec goes nowhere. And there it is. Steve Lee on Jesper Wallstedt. And then Hans Ferkner showing his face once again. Quebec has a 5-2 lead. Halfway point has been reached. Oh boy, hold on, Quebec. Another power play. Connor Bedard on the power play. They are steamrolling the Minnesota Wild here in Quebec. 7-2, Mikhail Sergachev. They've changed their goalie, and it's not enough. Quebec wins 7-2, Game 2, and they have a 2-0 series lead. Let me take a sip of my water here real quick. Alright, we're back. I'm getting a little parched over here. It's a little exciting. We're heading back to the XL Center for Game 3 in Minnesota. Will Minnesota take a 2-1? No, what am I saying? Will Quebec take a 3-0 series lead, or will Minnesota make this interesting and make it a 2-1 series? Here we go. Game 3 in Minnesota First period, 2-1 Minnesota, their first lead of the series. Natchez for Menton, but also Steve Lee scores one of his own. Getting outshot by 4. We haven't really been in a situation for Minnesota, so it's different to see how our boys react. Second period, and okay, Ferkner on the shorthand the goal, and Newhook on a power play. Still down 1, getting outshot still. You got 20 minutes to make something of it, boys. Come on, who's got the next goal? Either Minnesota goes up 4-2 or it's 3-3. Early power play, Minnesota goes nowhere. Come on. Is it the timely fourth line goal? Is it going to show his face once again? Halfway point's been reached. Does Quebec have a goal? Please. Give me a goal, please. Somebody. Somebody. And it looks like Minnesota shows why they had that 2 goals against in the second round. And it showed right there. 3-2 win. We got beat by the goalie. It's okay. It is okay. Bounce back this game. All right, you had your slip up. Let's go. Game 4 in Minnesota. Let's go, people. First period. 0-0. Are we playing into the hand of the Wild now? Have they figured us out? After 2 sloppy games in Quebec. Oh, boy, I hope not. Second period. There it is. Fabro and Jeffrey giving us a 2-0 lead going into the third period. Can Quebec hold on? Here we go. Oh, boy. Come on, boys. Let's go. Oh, Stapleton makes this interesting. It's a 2-1 game. Halfway point has officially been reached in this game. Who will have the next goal? Is it a dagger or is it a tire? And it's a dagger! Tomas Kielhoma gives the Quebec Nordiques a 3-1 lead. Can they hold this? Hold the door! And your Quebec Nordiques will take a 3-1 series lead, heading back to Quebec. Oh, baby, what you love to see. You love it. Back in Quebec, Game 5. Quebec has a chance to reach the Stanley Cup Finals once again. Will they do it, or will Minnesota force a Game 6? Here we go. In the Pepsi Center, it's going to be rocking. They've given out rally towels first period, and it's 1-0. Minnesota shutting up the crowd. We're out shooting them, but it's not enough. Come on, boys. Second period, and there it is. There it is. Kielhoma and Bedard showing up. A shorty from Tomas Kielhoma. You love to see it. Love to see it. Out shooting them by 10 now. Love it, love it, love it. 20 minutes to hold on, and you're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Come on, Quebec. You could do it. Come on, boys. Come on. Hold the door. Hold the door. And there it is. Tomas Kielhoma giving us a 3-1 lead and an Ahmad Jeffrey. We've reached the halfway point, up 4-1, up 4-2. Stapleton makes it somewhat interesting. Does Minnesota have another late comeback in them? It doesn't look like it. And your Quebec Nordiques are heading back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, big boys did. Let's see. Team stats. Let me see. L2, entire league. Goals 4 per game. Oh, that's it. Really? Quebec's not up here? That's goals. Why do I keep doing that? Goals 4 per game. 4.79. The best in the playoffs. And then goals against, top 3. Love to see it. Love to see it. Power play wise, we have the 3rd best power play, and then penalty kill. Bottom half of the league in penalty kill. But that's okay. When you're scoring goals on the power play and even strength, you can't really complain. Let's see points wise for the boys. Sergachev, Ferkner. Look at that D pairing. That is a golden D pairing. Love it. Bedard, Kielhoma, Gonchar, Jeffrey. We have, 6 people now over point per game still. Keeping that pace. Delmore's got 8 goals. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Stanley Cup Finals. Here we go. Who are we playing? Can we see? Oh, we're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Mikhail Sergachev's former team. Oh, boy. Let's see who Tampa Bay's got on their squad. Tampa Bay. D'Agostino, Jaeger, Haltonen, Ross, Height, Svitov, Clemenson, Doig, Shirokov, Ranta, Sorelli, and Kraus. Defensively, Bjornfoot, Drysdale, Nickerson, Sontag, Law, and Grant. Oh boy. Oh boy. Off. Oh my god, versing this guy again. Didn't we just play him in Anaheim? How's he doing in the playoffs? Pretty good. Pretty good. Back-to-back years for Lashoff in the Stanley Cup Finals. But we have some drama here. We've got some former players on the defensive end. Bjornfoot and Sontag. Interesting to say the least. But either way, it doesn't matter who's on the other side. It's who we got on our side. Quebec, Tampa, Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1 in Tampa. We've been away for a few series this year. Are we going to keep up our away luck? We shall see. First period, and it's 0-0. Outshooting them by 4. Getting the nervous minutes out of the way. Use that first period. It's like a feeling out factor. Second period, 0-0 again. Oh boy. It's the first time in these playoffs we've had a 0-0 game head in the third period. Who will it be? Tampa, Quebec. Now in the third period, here we go. Outshooting them by 8, and Ranta scores on Hopkins. It's a late one. Oh no. Halfway point has officially been reached. Does Quebec have a goal in them? Come on, boys. Power play Tampa. Goes nowhere. A late goal. Somebody. Bedard, Sweeney, Hogan, Kielhoma, Jeffrey. Somebody. And it's Connor Bedard. Tying the game up with 2 minutes remaining. Sending this game to overtime. Alright, Quebec. Here we are. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Bedard on the dot. Will he win it back? And he loses it to Jaeger. Jaeger to Drysdale, off to Haltonen. Haltonen shut down by Sergachev and picked up by Kielhoma. Kielhoma to Ferkner, up to Bedard. Bedard has some space. He's skating with it. Toe drag. Pass to Gonchar off the post. Ring 10 bells for that. D'Agostino getting hounded, but gets over to Bjornfoot. Bjornfoot to Drysdale. Drysdale had 3 Nordiques on him. Up to Haltonen in the slot. Over. Turned it over, and Bedard outlets Gonchar. Back to Bedard. Bedard, windmill deke, turns it over. Ross now has it. Up to Bjornfoot. Bjornfoot to Jaeger. Jaeger poke checked by Sergachev, and Sergachev has the puck in his own zone. Up to Kielhoma. Gets the red line. Tries to make a pass, but turns it over to Jaeger. Jaeger to D'Agostini. D'Agostini then turns it over to Drysdale, but picks it up and out to Ross in the zone. Blocked. D'Agostini in the slot to Jaeger. Back to D'Agostini. Oh! What a save by Tyrone Hopkins. And it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Power play for Quebec. Bedard does nothing with it. Or Jeffrey, shall I say. But holy cow. The larceny by Tyrone Hopkins. And Tobias Bjornfoot takes the penalty for charging. And your Nordiques will have a 2-minute power play. Oh yeah, it's charging every day of the week. Good call, Stripes. Good call. Sergachev leads the playoffs in points. Misa on the dot. Looks like the second line's out there. Tampa dumps the puck, and Sergachev retrieves it. Sergachev up to Lee. Lee gets to the blue line and dumps it in. Get in there, boys. Come on. Misa gets the loose puck into the zone. They're set up. Delmore, Misa, Jeffrey. Over to Sergachev. Sergachev, Lee to Misa, to Jeffrey. The slap shot. Wide. Sergachev over to Lee. Lee in front to Delmore. Save, and Sontag picks up the loose puck and dumps it to the other end. Sergachev to Misa, Misa to Lee. Lee hit, but Misa picks it right back up. Gets to the blue line, out to Delmore. Delmore in the slot. Glove save by Lashoff. Let's get the first power play out there. It's a good time to do a line change. Bedard wins it to Sergachev to Gonchar. Oh my god, Gonchar taking a 1T. Surprising. Jeffrey picks it up over to Kielhoma on the backhand. Goes nowhere. Kielhoma. Oh my god, the shots are off. Just bing, bang, bong, and Lashoff is standing on his head. Bedard still on the dot. Loses it. Nickerson has it. Over to Drysdale, and Drysdale dumps it. Saprikin goes back and grabs it up to Gonchar. Gonchar tries getting past the defender, but turns it over, and Nickerson has it back. Goes nowhere. Bedard picks up the loose puck. They're skating in. Gonchar on the slide. Back to Kielhoma, and Kielhoma decides to pass it to Bedard when he had a prime scoring opportunity. What was Tomas Kielhoma thinking there? Still 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Kielhoma up, trying to find a pass. Nothing, but he has space to Bedard in the slot. Save Lashoff. Oh boy. Kielhoma to Bedard. What another save by Lashoff. Oh boy. Gonchar picks up the loose puck. Over to Ferkner. Ferkner to Gonchar. Gonchar to Saprikin. To Kielhoma. Nothing doing. Back to Saprikin. Saprikin to Ferkner. Ferkner to Gonchar to Misa. Save made Lashoff. Nickerson drops the puck. And it looks like that'll be it for the Quebec power play. Gonchar to Misa. Bjornfoot's coming out of the box. Up to Lee. Lee. Finding the pass. He finds Delmore in the slot. Save Lashoff. Oh, he's standing on his head. Misa picks up the loose puck. Tries to wrap around and gets absolutely tattooed. Tampa Bay kills that power play. Haltonen up the ice. Gets shut down. And Delmore picks it up and throws around the boards. D'Agostini picks it up to Haltonen in the slot. He's holding the puck out. Save Tyrone, and Ferkner picks it up, and Ferkner gets tripped by Haltonen, and your Quebec Nordiques are going back on the power play. Will Quebec finally score on the power play in this game? Zero goals on the power play this game. Bedard wins it. Back to Jeffrey, and it's a glove save by Lashoff. Sontag picks it up. Tied up. Cervelli tied up. Gonchar finds the puck out of the loose body, and then Sontag dumps it. Sergachev picks up the puck in his own zone and outlets Gonchar. Gonchar to Kielhoma. Kielhoma gets ran over. And Tampa looks to just enter the blue line. Oh my god, Sontag has wide open net. No! And oh, wait! They're calling it no goal! Sontag takes a shot. It's a rebound. Jaeger gets it. Are they calling goalie interference? What is the call here? Here it is by the official. No goal! Your Quebec Nordiques are still alive in this game. Oh, these Tampa Bay fans are not happy. They thought they won the game. And here we are, still on the power play. Misa to Sergachev. Sergachev to Lee. Lee gets the blue line. Turns it over, but gets it right back, I think. Lee. In front to Delmore. Delmore goes behind the net. Back to Lee. Lee skates in to Misa. Save Lashoff. Wow, the theatrics in this game. Second power play unit still out there. Misa loses the draw, and Nickerson jumps it. We're going to go for a line change here. Jeffrey picks it up over to Bedard. Bedard back into his own end. Over to Gonchar. Gonchar gets the red line and then the blue line. He's got space. He drops it to Bedard. Bedard in the slot to Kielhoma! Tomas Kielhoma buries the game winner for Game 1, giving your Quebec Nordiques a 1-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. Good morning, good evening, and good night, Quebec, thanks to Tomas Kielhoma. The comeback, down 1-0, tied up, go to OT. The goal called back for Tampa. And then Tomas Kielhoma, the man who scores timely goals, scores the game winner to give us a 1-0 lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. Back here for Game 2 in the Amalie Arena in Tampa Bay. Will it be a 2-0 lead for Quebec, or will Tampa Bay tie it going back to Quebec? We shall find out here. First period, 1-1. Halttunen and Vorobyov give us a goal, and it is a 5-shot lead for your Nordiques heading it into the second period. Here we go, and it's 3-1 Nordiques. Fabro, the deadline acquisition, and Bedard, the boy who was promised, giving us a 3-1 lead, outshooting them by 9 now. Holy, oh no, not even 9, 11. You got a 2-goal lead heading in the third period. Will Quebec hold on, or will Tampa score 2 or 3, and they score 1? It's Nickerson. Oh boy, this game got a whole lot interesting. Halfway point has officially been reached in this game. The next goal is a big one. Who has it? Is it the Nordiques? Is it the Lightning? 5 minutes remaining. Is this it? Can they hold on? And your Quebec Nordiques have taken a 2-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh boy. Back to Quebec we go for Game 3. Can the Nordiques take a 3-0 series lead? Or will Tampa make it interesting and make it 2-1? Here we go. First period, 2-0 Nordiques. Lee and Vorobyov scoring on Lashoff with a 2-goal lead, outshooting them 17-4. Absolutely buzzing back in the Pepsi Center. You love to see it. Second period, 3-1. Bedard scores, and then D'Agostini also scores. Still outshooting them 29-11. You got to hold on. You got a 2-goal lead. Can they do it? Here we go. Third period, 20 minutes. Quebec could take a 3-1 lead, or Tampa can make it 2-1. What will it be? The next goal could be important. Can Quebec hold on? The halfway point's been reaching. Vorobyov scores on Lashoff to give it a 4-1 lead. And it looks like, oh, Frederick Sontag makes it a whole lot more interesting. The former Nordique. 4 minutes remaining. Power play Tampa. Gotta kill it. Goes nowhere. And your Quebec Nordiques have a 3-0 series lead. Can they go for the sweep and lift their second Stanley Cup, not even their third Stanley Cup in franchise history, going for the back-to-back? Oh boy. Whoops. Here we go. Game 4 in Quebec. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we come. The cup is in the building. First period, 2-0 for Vorobyov and Ferkner. Oh, God. We're getting outshot by 5, but it doesn't matter when you score 2 and they score none. All right. 40 minutes. Here we go. Second period, 2-1. A whole lot more interesting. Svitov scores on Hopkins. What will it be? Third period underway. Here we go. Getting outshot heavily in Quebec. Can they hold on to this 2-1 lead? Halfway point has officially been reached. Power play Tampa goes nowhere. 8 minutes remaining. 7 minutes. 6 minutes. 5 minutes. 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh my God. Come on, Quebec. Hold the door. Hold it. Hold the door, please. Please. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on. 50 seconds remaining. 44, 34. Okay, so somewhere in the footage, my files got lost, and we lost the ceremony of us winning the cup. But still proof, you know, won the cup. Another successful year. I was just looking over. It's kind of absurd to me. Look at this. Our rookie defenseman led us in points in the playoffs. It's absurd. What's even more absurd is this guy, Tyrone Hopkins. We were at a crossroad with him at one point, and we didn't know if we would keep... Oh, can I remember his name? What was his name? What was the other goalie's name? That's bothering me. I'll go back and look for it, but we were at a crossroad. Do we keep the younger guy who looked like he was going to be better overall? or do we stick with our guy? And it doesn't go to show how important Tyrone is to this team. Just already, when he's between the pipes, you're getting at least 32 wins, being a full-time starter, at least, and an average of a 912 save percentage. The guy really is the unsung hero of this team. Yeah, it's fun to look at, Bedard and Gonchar and Kielhoma, but Tyrone really is what makes this ship go. And if we just look at his playoff stats, identical. Identical. Two losses. We had 2 losses that playoff run we just went through. He's had some down years, but it's hard to win in this league. And we found ways to, when it looked bad, we made it better. We found the problems, we addressed it, and we moved on. It is hard to win in this league. And it just goes to show that Tyrone Hopkins is that guy. 3 Stanley Cups. He has been the backstop for 3 Stanley Cups. Absurd. Absurd. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for checking in, watching this video, and we will see you guys in the next one.